Was there a price that you had in mind if I were to buy the box of these?
What do you think?
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Nintendo Switch Buy, Sell, Trade Challenge, in which I take a single Nintendo Switch game, sold it, used that money to buy more games to flip online, and I'm gradually building my way up until I eventually have $392 to buy a special edition Nintendo Switch for the collection. Now, last time I started out with about $26 from games that I had sold in the past to go out and game hunt for more games to flip. Ended up spending every dollar of that 26. So right now the Switch fund is at $0. But since then, I've had some really solid game sales I'd like to share with you that have put a decent amount of money back into this fund. So sales turned out really well this week, and I had 5 game sales that I'm now going to be able to use the money from to go buy more stuff. The first one was a Pac-Man game I paid $2 for, ended up selling for $14 and some change, leaving me $7 to put back into the collection fund. The next one was Toy Story 2 on the PlayStation 1, which I got for $1 at Goodwill. That sold for $19, almost $20. And that will leave me $13 to put back in the collection fund. And that will leave me $13 to put back into the Switch fund. Definitely the worst sale of the week was Just Dance 2016. I accidentally overestimated the value on that one. I paid $5 for it, and of that I'll only end up getting $2 back because it sold for $10. And after fees and shipping, that's not much profit. So losing money on that game, but at least we do have the $2 back. Then the PS3 game Killer is Dead also sold for $19. That one I paid $4 for at a pawn shop, and after fees and shipping, I'll have $13 to put back into the fund. And finally, by far the best sale of this week was the Skylanders Imaginators PS4 game sold for $43 on Amazon. I paid $10 for it, which leaves us $32 to put back into our Switch fund. So that number is going to be looking much prettier. So all in all, this leaves me with $67 to go game hunting today, which I'm super stoked about. That's like 3 times as much as what I have had in any week up until this point. And I thought, what better way to spend this money than out at the yard sales, where it's possible to get games and systems for super cheap. I am very conscious of the reality that it's possible today, if I found the right GameCube collection or the right N64 collection and could get it for under $60, it's possible I could get very close to my goal after selling all of that stuff, especially with how prices are on video games right now. So I'm stoked for today. I'm going to a neighborhood sale on a hot tip from a friend that was not listed. So hopefully they'll have a good number of sales there and the competition will be limited. But let's get out there and see what we can find. I've got the GoPro in my hand today, so hoping to get some firsthand footage for you guys. Alrighty, so this street alone has multiple yard sales. Time to go and see what exactly we can find. Alright, well, in that neighborhood sale, I went to like 7 more sales after the one that I found the VR at. Didn't find anything else besides that one score, and because that cost me $200, I can't actually use it for the Switch challenge, so I'm gonna have to head to some more sales and hopefully we'll have a little bit better luck with some cheaper items. Was there a price that you had in mind if I were to buy the box of these?
What do you think?
20 bucks?
How about 25 and you have a deal?
All right, I think I can do that.
Okay.
Leave this here for now. I might check out some of those, but I can pay you for it. Well, there's that. You have 5.
Yep.
Thanks. All right, huge unexpected score at that last sale. Picked up this box of Skylanders that you guys saw. She wanted, you can see, $2 a piece on them. She didn't get it. I asked her what she wanted for the whole box. She said, make me an offer. I said 20 bucks. She said 25. I said deal, because there are probably 40 to 50 Skylanders in here. Skylanders have been doing really well recently, and what caught my eye first was I saw a few of these. These are Skylanders Imaginators. You can tell because of their diamond-shaped large platforms that they stand on. And this one, as well as like the Cleopatra-looking one, don't go for a lot because they're part of the standard starter pack. But the other one that I saw is this guy, and he looked like a sensei, which tend to do well for Imaginators. So I decided to say, you know what, 25 bucks, I'll take a risk on it. The ones that aren't that valuable, I will lot up. And guys, take a look at the auction, the current auction on the only one of these listed on eBay. $91 it's at currently, and that's not even finished. So this guy alone, I should be able to triple my $25 investment. And then the rest of these other 40 figures are gravy. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of research. I don't think most of these are valuable. I'll be looking up some of the ones that seem less common, like this guy. I haven't really seen a whole lot of, but I'm not an expert in Skylanders, but I'm super stoked about this pickup because I think it could end up being a really nice ROI and get us a good bit of the way to that $392 point. Really stoked about this first Switch Challenge pickup of the day. Let's see if we can keep it going. All right, so I went to a few more yard sales, didn't find anything besides these Skylanders that I already had for the Switch Challenge. So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit here and actually go to a couple of local GameStops. I've got $42 left that I can spend in the Switch fund, and what I'm looking for specifically is I just got a hot tip from one of my Instagram friends, Enashi, who said that he's been finding the recent gen Skylanders games at GameStop as well for a really good deal. So I'm going to head into those, see if I can scoop any up for 5 or 10 bucks, especially because that PS4 Imaginators game is what has gotten me farther than any other single item so far. So I'm gonna see if I can find any more of those or other titles and hopefully spend a good chunk of the remaining 42 bucks. So I'll take you guys along and see if I can pick anything up. Alrighty, so just got out of that GameStop. They did have one copy of Skylanders Imaginators for $5, which is very lucky because I did have him check the other locations in the area, and almost none of them have any recent gen Skylanders games. So I'm happy that I was able to pick that up. Hopefully it sells for a similar amount as the last one did, and that would be a solid profit. But then as I was walking out, what did I spy behind the counter but this lone Joy-Con here? At $35, normally this would not be a profitable item, but what I saw, and this is so appropriate for today's challenge, is that this is no ordinary gray Joy-Con. This actually, you can tell by the line just down there, it's pretty subtle, is the Super Smash Bros. Switch Edition right Joy-Con, which makes it significantly more rare and valuable. The comps on eBay were around 70 plus shipping on the ones that have sold. So I'm hoping that this goes for that, and this will be a hopefully pretty quick flip for almost double the money. I did end up using a $5 rewards points that I had for this purchase, so it ended up coming up to $37, I believe, and since we had 42, that leaves us with only $5 left in the Nintendo Switch fund for the day. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna head back, do a little bit of research on some of these other Skylanders, and give you guys an update on what I'm hoping to make on all this stuff. All right, folks, so it's a little bit later in the evening, but I have had a chance to sort of sit down and look up a lot of this stuff and see what everything's worth, maybe make a few projections here. Just to recap, we got the Skylanders game for $5. We paid $35, well, actually $30 after the discount for this Super Smash Bros. Edition Joy-Con there. And then we got this big box of Skylanders. So really only 3 purchases this time around for the Switch Challenge. And as I was looking stuff up, I made a couple important realizations. The first one is there are only a few things that are really worth selling individually. This guy, I forget his name, if you know, let me know. He goes for about 12 or so on eBay. I'm gonna lot these crystals up and hopefully get, whoa, around like 15. These are like reactor crystals. And then, like I said earlier, this guy, I'm going to price at over 100, maybe like 109, because the current auction is at 91. I wouldn't be surprised if someone's able to pay that, buy it now. His name is Sensei something, Sensei Wild something, and he is an Imaginator. But the big thing that I realized as I was going through these is you can actually tell what series an Imaginator is from a Skylander is from by looking at their bases. So I actually sorted them all. In this bag, I've got about 35 that are from this series. I forget which one it is. Maybe Trap Team. It's like this bright orange. And then in this bag, there are like 10 more from another series that's like the red series. And then a few more miscellaneous ones down here. Those are the 2 big lots that I'm going to make. And I'm hoping to get like probably 40 or so plus shipping for the larger one. Maybe 20 plus shipping for this one. I remember last time I listed Skylanders lots, they sold faster than I anticipated. So I'm going to start out a little bit higher on these, but I'd say very conservatively, we're looking at $120 gross on the Skylanders, plus whatever I get for those. So I'm really crossing my fingers that these will be quick sellers, because at this point, we are actually down in the Switch fund from $67 that we had at the start of the day to, at this point, $5. So here's hoping for a really good sales week this week. But thank you all so much for watching. I am having a blast with this series. It's maybe my favorite that I have made so far. If you did enjoy it, if you're getting any value, if you would consider subscribing, that means a ton to me personally. And as always, I will catch you guys on the flip.